So let's get started. I think that's enough introduction. All right. So like I said, I've been looking into the photography space in Nigeria and in Africa, trying to understand what the industry has got into and where it needs to be, and what is necessary for its growth. And I found out that we need to change our mindset. But that's not the only thing we'll be touching. We have quite a number, but it's not a lot. So I want you guys to focus. Are you guys with me? Are you guys with me?
Yes.
Everybody's face is looking serious. Do we need some music? Right, class. Is it a class? Okay, let's call it that. Are we good there? All right. Mindset. I'm sure this is not the first time we hear that word mindset. I remember the first day I stumbled on mindset. Then I was living in Naija. I was just playing around YouTube, and then what do I do on YouTube? Is Mr. Macaroni and the likes that we watch on YouTube those days. So I don't usually watch educational stuff. I was just there looking for money at all costs, collecting anything anyhow, shooting anyhow. Even though I was a very fantastic photographer. In fact, I really grew so much as a photographer that the people that I was working for, I outgrew them so fast. Because I've always been a crazy learner. That's me. But I need silence, please. But my addiction to learning was one-sided. I leaned too much on the technicality and I forgot so much about the other side. So even though I was growing so fast, so well as a photographer, because I didn't have the right mindset, I was just underpricing, undercharging. I didn't have a business. I didn't have a system. I would get jobs. I would deliver jobs on time. My business strategy was poor. My customer service was poor. My work was good. My work was actually very good. But the other things was bad. So just imagine having one good apple. It's inside the middle of 5 bad apples. What will happen to that good apple? To rot. So that's where I was. And until I was watching TV that day, my leg was on the table. I remember vividly. I can't remember the title, but the title is more like How to Become Rich or something like that, How to Be Wealthy. Those type of titles, they are catchy. I was like, let me watch. Maybe they'll give me one way to be wealthy. Then I started talking about mindset. I start from your mindset. I thought it was mindset. I didn't understand. I remember I went to even check Google. Mindset is when in your mind, you change the way you think. How do you change the way you think? It's not like there's a button to press and your thinking will just suddenly change. So for a while, I got curious. I started doing some more research, not crazy research, just a little bit. So that I would relent. I didn't care. I was still making the mistakes I was making in business and all of that until I had to go back. So the more I keep going back to check out, okay, how can I develop myself? How can I become a CEO? How can I do this? Everybody keeps saying the same thing. All the mentors I've met with, all of them, they all say the same thing. All the videos I've watched, and trust me, I've watched videos. Sometimes I watch up to 70 videos in one weekend. Yeah. I watch as much as that in 1 week, in 48 hours. You see my red eyes. So it's not, I don't smoke. So is that crazy? And all of them say the same thing. That it all starts from what? Mindset. So I said, okay, let's deal with this mindset once and for all. Let me even deal with it. Because if they say this is the only way, let me see what it's all about. Then I started going deeper into all this whole mindset talk. And from things that you've seen before, online and the likes, they all talk about change your mindset. They will just say it like that. You need to change your mindset. Change your mindset. It's just very vague. What is change your mindset? How do I do that? How does it work? How can I actually? Because that is where it all starts from. Because if I come and tell you now that, bro, I can tell you ways where you can make as much as 100 million in your photography. You might believe me, but you won't be able to do it. That's the truth. Because your mind can't handle it. And even if something happens and you're lucky and you meet one person that gives you 100 million naira deal, trust me, the money might not last 6 months. Because you don't even have the internal capacity to handle it. So this is where it all starts from. If your mindset does not change, nothing else can change. Because when your mindset changes, that's when you start to attract what you deserve. And you cannot deserve what you cannot handle. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. What you cannot handle inside of you, it can't come to you. And I want us to have an industry where I can just call on 2-3 photographers and say, bro, let's put a conference together. And I can say, okay, bro, I'll drop 50M, I'll drop 50M, I'll drop 50M. I don't want an industry where we have only 5 names that are kings there. That's not an industry. That's just a profession. Look at the music industry. Even though we have the top names, there's always top names in every industry. So even if you have the top names like them, Davido, Burna, and the likes, You know how many names are doing extremely well in the industry? And those are just the artists. Not to not talk of people in the business part of the industry. In fact, those are even making more than even the artists themselves. The record label owners, the media owners, all these stations, all these channels, all these, not to not talk of us creatives. We are also part of the industry. The music video directors, the editors. You know, we are so moved with names. We know that people make money behind the scene. You see someone like T. Mori now, but it's not the one that is carrying the camera. And the person carrying the camera that's a job. He's making money. You know, so the industry is big. But I look at the photography industry. I can't count 20 names of people that have risen to a place of impact. I can't even count up to 5 photographers that are paying up to 15 people salary. I can't count up to 5. Like I say, okay, how many staff do you have in your organization? So an average photographer is just shooting so well, fantastic, and they have maybe one assistant that is picking calls. Maybe they have one extra shooter. Maybe they have 1 or 2 interns that is carrying lights, and that's all. We can't build industries like that. Did you? Who was in BOP conference on last week? Was it last week? Yeah. Were you present when CEO Studio 24 CEO was talking? Did you listen to what he was saying? Everything was saying, me and him sat down, like we talked about that thing very well. So I was not shocked. Even though I watched it on YouTube, I was not around that time. I came in the afternoon. It's true. How can one organization have 40 branches and counting, and the next organization has 3 branches? You to look at it, isn't that weird? One has 40. At least, of course, okay, let's say they have the biggest commercial brand in Nigeria, and they've been existing for a while. Okay, the next at least should have like maybe 20, maybe 25. The next has 3. Then after that one, I don't know anyone else again. Maybe 2. 2 is common. Island branch, mainland branch, Abuja, Lagos. That one is easy to run 2 branches. Nobody is looking beyond. You know, everybody just wants to shoot and make money. And that is the lowest level of the food chain. Shooting and making money, and that's where I was. You will just be running. You know, now we are still young. So if you are not futuristic in your thinking, you will just keep running. So now I just want to shoot and make money, shoot and make money. How long? And you might be like, right now, it's just to shoot and make money. You cannot be telling me how long, but that future will catch up with you eventually. So if you don't start to think about that end game, that long run now, because that is what is going to inform your decisions now, it will be hard to grow. If you've read up to 3 books this year, Wave, 3 solid books. Can you tell me the title of the books?
One, Mindset of Change. One, Who You Are. And the third one is Right for Change.
Who wrote that Who You Are? Did you finish the 3 books?
Yes.
Who else? That is not easy. Even me, I've not finished 3 books. So I'm not going to lie. I read a lot, but I've not finished 3 books this year. Of course, I've read, but I can be very fast with books, and sometimes I don't finish some of them. So it's a lot to finish 3 books in 3 months. Trust me. I even went to join one speed reading course. How to speed read, it didn't work for me. So I get it. So who else? 2 books? Guys. Okay, we have 1 book. Yeah? Okay, it's all right. You don't really have time. That's the excuse we give ourselves. I've been there. This exact statement you just made. Now, where's the time? Even my guys here, they used to say it too. Boss, now time. It's just an excuse. Trust me. Because the thing with life is that the only currency you have is this time. So when we wake up in the morning, all of us have the same equal currency. What's that? 24 hours. All of us, include Tony Elumelu and you have the same 24 hours. So it's not like Tony has extra 2 hours because he's now Transcorp CEO, I'll be years old CEO. No. All of you have the same time. So it's how you use it that works. And at the end of the day, you pay for it whether you like it or not because the time is going. There's not like, okay, this guy has not done anything. So let the time pause for you. So when you're not ready, the time will not start counting. It doesn't work that way. Time will just keep going. You just keep, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. Before you know, you've done 10 birthdays. 10 birthdays equals 10 years. It's very funny. So it's not a joke. So now, okay, how do we deal with this mindset then? They are quite practical. But how do we deal with it? Because we need to start dealing with it now. All of us here, we are youths. I have white hair, but I'm still here. We are all youths, you know. I don't think anybody here is more than 50. Uh-huh. So, are you more than, why are you looking at? You know. So, we are all young and we need to start creating opportunities for our mind to grow. Now. It's crucial. Don't beat yourself up about industry or where money is or where to make money. Start dealing with yourself, who you are from the inside, so that you can begin to attract what you wish to attract in life. Hope is nothing. It is the inner workings that start to attract it. Go to the next slide. See what I said here? I said the things I used to say was what? Based on my level of knowledge. Now, as I was growing as a photographer, I had some friends. We used to, some of them used to stay with me like 4 times a week and all of that. So we were close and we usually make a lot of assumptions. When you don't know things, you assume a lot. Assumptions about the industry. You believe at least right now in this industry, this was as at 2018, 2019, we'll be saying things like, at least weddings now, at least the highest wedding photographer, they cannot be collecting more than 500K for weddings. That was what, it's about what you know. So we'll be like, no. We didn't know that we're just talking based on the little information that we have. Because we were still collecting maybe 200K. So we say, what's worse? We didn't know that I'm already collecting 5 million. Because we didn't know. So over time, as getting to this point of my life, I found out that, it is what you know that determines how you think. It's what you know. So when I just casually asked the question, who has read 3 books this year? There's no how he has not learned certain things that are new to him from those 3 books. Even if it's just one lesson, he has learned. So I found out that things I say then, and all of us do it now, the things we say when we're just having casual conversation with our partners or our friends, we just say things. This decor makes sense. So I'm sure this decor, they don't pay rich like 5 million for this kind of decor. And you'll be sure that maybe that decor is 30 million. But your mind cannot just handle it. You just don't believe it's possible that they will pay 30 million, but you'll be shocked. Do you know how much an average budget for a wedding these days is? Who can guess? In Naira. Average, just like, let's say for a big wedding. Although some of those ones in a white big wedding we go to. Just estimate, yeah? Estimate. Not based on the current economy, let's say based on last year or last 2 years. Because I notice have changed now. 2025. 30 million. What do you think? Top Studios, you are in the event space, you are an event vendor. What? That's the average budget you just mentioned. It's not 2025 anything. 2025 is a small wedding. That is a small wedding. That one is not. You think it's a big wedding? What 2025 million? You know how much they pay for those things they do? I remember I was standing with a planner in this old Ministry of Justice 2 years ago. And she was talking to me and I was like, all these questions, like, is this their client's budget? And I was like, it's not easy. All those clients that can pay like 20 million. That amount, the wedding was like 20 million. Okay. That's why she looked at me. That what am I saying? 20 million, what does that one do? They said the minimum, maybe 50 million. They can try. It was like, I said, I remember I called my friend, 150 million, she wedding, I was like dumbfounded. Like, how can somebody, because it was my level of thinking. Some people, don't forget that this 50 million for some people, they make it in less than 24 hours. Yeah. Some families make it in less than an hour. But because our upbringing really plays a crucial role in the way we think today. Let's not lie to ourselves. Our upbringing, our society, our environment, oh my God, has really contributed to the way we think. So there are certain things that we cannot comprehend. So we feel this was just wasting money. If they had asked me 4 years ago that the amount I pay for my house right now, I will be paying it, I will argue. I'll be like, me, how will I pay this kind of money for a house? Which kind of thing me that I'd rather go inside. Hey, you're thinking mindset. But now I pay it comfortably. I'm even talking to my wife. Be like, say, we want to move. I want to go more. But if you asked me 3 years ago, I would say, even the way we say, even if I have the money, I will not say. I'd rather all those kind of things. It's poor man talk. I'd rather invest it. Okay, you never get money, Joe. Because, of course, investment and these things are the ways to grow wealth. Nobody is ruling that out. But that is not how wealthy people think. Some of you might even know the story of the meaning of the word mentor. It's even a name. It's not even a word, actually. It's a name of someone that actually mentored another man's son. Let me not bore you with the details of the story. But the point is, You see, when I look at the first 5 years of my photography journey, I keep asking myself today that only if I had had mentors then, how far I would have come now. Because that's what changed my life. Talking to people transformed my life, literally. It's just like you are going somewhere and you don't know the way, and you stop and you say, boss, please, I dey go so street. And they tell you, go like this and go like this. That's the meaning. But they don't tell you go like, you will just be walking. And that's what I was doing before. I was just walking, roaming, just using Instagram to decide the state of people's businesses. So that's be like, this guy has not posted for 2 months. That means he's not getting jobs. Who told you? I've been there. But me too, this year, I posted maybe once or twice. Should I tell you the jobs I've shot? So you understand? So, me and my guys there, but this guy's not posted. People are not booking him again. His work is not good. How do you know? So that was where we were. Until I started talking to people, I started understanding how businesses work. I was like, so people are doing this type of thing in business. People made me understand how to run finance, how to build teams, how to create system, how to market the right way. None of us don't market. We just post. And we call it marketing. If they ask you, are you marketing? You say you're marketing. And you're posting on Instagram. That's your marketing. If I tell you how much we invest on marketing daily, you will literally walk out of here. Daily, not monthly. But that's the way. So when you look at Red Magic's page now, Red Magic has 60-something thousand followers. Out of the 60,000 followers, maybe you people are like 40,000 inside. Are you the one I'm marketing to? No. So this is how to change your mind. It's as simple as that. Just opening up yourself to fresh knowledge. Because the more you know, it will determine the things you say and the way you think. Simple. So it is powerful investment. They used to say readers are leaders. Those days when they say those things is because the only way to access information was through reading. But now we live in a age where even if you are not a fan of books, you can access information anyhow. YouTube is my world. In fact, since Chelsea started playing nonsense last season, I didn't subscribe on my what's it called? DSTV again. Are you a Chelsea fan? I didn't subscribe on my DSTV again. So in my house like this, it's just YouTube, Netflix. Even though Netflix is definitely extremely minimal compared to so YouTube is like my TV. And you know how YouTube is. If you watch some type of videos, it will be giving you suggestions. So anytime I open my YouTube, there's one fresh one waiting for me. From maybe Diary of a CEO or Mel Robbins or Stephen, all these people, there are plenty. Daniel Priestley. Top guys. These are global leaders. In the days before, the days of old, before you meet people like this, you can't even meet them. But because we live in a tech age now, they are making a lot of products for you. Free videos. They will go to conference. They will post it on YouTube. They will go for one program. They will post it. They will do podcasts. And you're not watching. You have access to knowledge from... Can you sit down with Dangote today? Can you make a call and get Dangote? You can't. The types of people I watch, these guys are even bigger than Dangote. But I don't have to meet them. They have so many podcasts. Some of them, they have 30-something episodes, 40-something episodes on Spotify, sitting there. And you are waking up in the morning and you are on Tunde Ednut's page. You see how the way you are misaligning. God bless Africa. Thank you. It's been long I said that. God bless Africa. I've unfollowed those pages since. So I don't know what's going on anymore. I don't follow one blog. I think the only blog I follow is Olori Supergirl, I think. And it's been long I saw I post. Maybe I've even unfollowed that girl out of one anger, maybe one day. Because those things are distracting. If you open my personal profile and you see my timeline, you will know the kind of person I am. I don't follow anybody anyhow. And I did it. I had to do a detox sometimes 2 years ago. A real detox. So it's not like I don't follow these people. But from the things these people have been teaching me, they keep saying the same thing. So I said, okay, let me do. And it really, it transformed my world. Because before, I wake up in the morning, open IG like this. There's one accident that happened in the Ibadan Expressway. I will first see. What is that? How does that help my life? And that's where mindset is. We have different gates to our soul. Our eye gates and our ear gates. So the things you see and the things you hear significantly impacts the way you will be thinking. And we've heard this thing before that the rich think differently. They say things about the way these people think. It's different way a poor man thinks. Let me not bore you with the details, but what you receive is what will determine what you say and what you think. So you have to begin to work on bringing in fresh information from people that are already living in your future. And when I say people that are living in your future, I mean people that are, you get what I mean? People that are already living the type of life, the type of dream you're hoping to achieve. And they're right there at your beck and call. Even if you cannot even meet them in person. Because it's very hard to meet these people in person. If I tell you the things I've done to meet the people I've met, you'll be shocked. So don't put yourself under pressure. You know, a lot of us, we love to think of limitations. Okay, I love this man. I want to be like this man, but he lives in Abuja. So the first thing that comes to your mind is, where will I see money to now fly to Abuja to meet this man? Even if I get to Abuja, how will I meet this man? That is the problem. We think so much from the place of limitations, challenges. Instead of you to start from, okay, let me even buy this man's book. For example, I was in a masterclass last weekend. The person that hosted the masterclass, I don't think I have any. There's no way I can get to know him. Even where do you want to meet? But I did the masterclass. The masterclass was quite pricey. I went. Now I have his number. That's how it works. I didn't just find a way. I paid to enter that room. And at the end of the day, I made sure I left with his personal number. He asked PA, he was referring to me. I waited. I made sure I got his personal. I was intentional about building a personal relationship with the man because I know he can help my life. But if you don't even have the resources to do all that, start with what's available. Me now, I spend a lot of times on Roving Heights. You guys know Roving Heights now? It's a bookstore. Hey, Roving Heights, Roving, then Heights. It's if not the biggest bookstore we have in Nigeria. I spend a lot of time there. And what I do there is that I look for Nigerian authors. Online, no? So you can do it on your phone. You don't need to go. They have a store. Ikeja, I think they have in Surulere. They have in Abuja. I don't know if they're on the island. I'm sure they'll be on the island. So I look for Nigerian authors. Plenty. Because I like Nigerian authors. Because, sometimes Onyibo can be giving you some things that are not very much applicable in this side of the world. So I look for Nigerian authors. So these authors might not be the biggest names. So they might not be the Dangotes. No. It can just be CEO of one cosmetic company. It can be CEO of maybe a chain of spa. It can be CEO of I've read the book of the CEO of Nuban Beauty now. I've read that book. I have a book at home. I have Akin Alabi's book. You guys know Akin Alabi, House of Rep. He's a serial entrepreneur. He also taught to us in this masterclass I said I went to. And many other Nigerian authors. Some of them, I don't even know them. But I just see the business they are running. And I go and check the business. When I say, okay, this business looks like a well-to-do business, I'll buy their book. These books are cheap. 3K. That's what do you use to take your girlfriend on dates now? These things are not expensive. 4K, 5K. The expensive ones, highest, 10K. Something that can literally take your life to the next level. You need to think about it. Just spending 5K on a knowledge, fresh knowledge, knowing that, okay, it is fresh knowledge that will help my mind change. And it is when my mind begins to change and evolve that I can start to think differently. And it is when I start to think differently that I can begin to attract the things that I want. It's as simple as that. And you have to do it to get it. It's not by hearing it. So it's not because you are here now, Red Magic is not telling you these things. Please close the door. It's not because you are here now, Red Magic is now telling you these things. You now say, when Red Magic told me to say, I learned so much. You now continue your normal lifestyle. It's a waste. The only time it's going to make sense is after this, you actually do it. And it's not a one-time thing. So it's not like you just buy one book. You now finish to read the book and say, now my mindset has changed. It's a lifetime journey. I myself, I'm still working on my own. It never ends. But it changes. Believe me, guys, it works. Because the period of time that I used to come to terms with this old mindset thing, it took me so long. Because I thought this thing is just jargons. You know that feeling of, let's make money, Jare. All this one is just English. So for a long time, I ignored that part. I was just chasing the money. How much? How many weddings? Give me 5 weddings. Give me 3 weddings. Give me 10 photo shoots. At least the more work we do, the more money we make. That was my thing. So I didn't care for long. And the thing almost damaged my business. If not, But when I had to go back to that dream, okay, let's even get this thing right once and for all. So the day I said I saw the first thing called mindset, it was not the day I applied. It was almost 2 years after. Before I came to terms, okay, this mindset, let me start. Okay, I'm ready. And that's when I started getting results. And the result came from the fact that I started applying it. How did I apply? I started reading books. I'm terrible when it comes to reading books. So if you are like that, we are the same. I hate it. Especially when I see the book is already looking fat. I'm like, which one will be this one again? Sometimes the title will be so good. How to do this also, I'm interested. But when I see the pages, even till now, I don't know how to finish books. Even till now. I will read like first 4 chapters. I will see another title again. I will carry it on. So I understand it can be hard. But if you are not even an avid book reading person, YouTube is fantastic. YouTube is, I will sit there like I watch podcasts. I watch 2 hours podcast. 2 hours podcast. I love it. Because those people, they will have time. They will talk. break things down so much about their life, how they run their life, how they run their relationship, what they do when they wake up in the morning. I will try it. I will apply it. Small. You take from here, take from here, take from here, take from here. Imagine listening to up to 10 global leaders. These people are global leaders. You will see one man that is 27 years old. He already has 13 businesses. And he's doing podcasts. And you are not listening to it. He's making videos for you to listen and learn what he's doing. And you are not watching. But all the series, you finished Bridgerton plus Money Heist. You see his eyes. He knows what I'm saying. There's nothing wrong in chilling, watching movies. I love movies. I still watched movie last night. And the movie I was like, I watched it before. I liked it. I watched it again. So I'm not here coming to sound like I'm not human. I'm a robot. So I'm just no. So I'm a regular guy like you. So there's nothing wrong with that. But you have to understand priority and your urgence, because you are in an industry that is growing. I believe everyone here is either a photographer or something like that. So you are in an industry that is actually, the industry has not grown, no, but because of our level of thinking, we used to think, photographer don't plenty. I'm sure some of you talk like that. Photographer too much. That's why we cannot increase our price. It's because there's too many photographers. Why are people still releasing hit song? Another artist will still drop one tomorrow now. So we have that, because I was there too. The industry is changing. Photographers are too much. So to increase price is hard, because if you go and increase your price, they'll just take the job and go and give it to another photographer. That is wrong. Who told you that? It's very wrong. It's a big lie. In fact, the more all of us get better as photographers, the better for the industry, because we'll become more valuable. And now they will have to come to terms with who we are. But if we keep crashing the industry because one person that doesn't have the right mindset is just collecting jack sheets, and the person is actually improving in his photography. So it's not really much about you can improve in your photography and you don't make money. Because you won't even be able to price yourself well. You won't be able to value yourself well. You won't be able to go to certain places where you can grow your value, where you can meet the right people that will recognize your value. An average Nigerian woman will not pay you 5 million for photography. But in this same Nigeria, somebody will pay you 50 million. People are making it. And it's not like they're making it once in their lifetime. They're making it steady. Like steady. Facts. Even in the wedding industry. Even in the portraits. People charge 2 million per outfit for portraits. People charge 750,000 per outfit for portraits. Inside the same Lagos. That you are living in the same states with the person. It's possible. And trust me, you would think it's because the person is a better photographer than you. It's a big, blatant lie. My mentors, I'm better than them 10 times. The people that teach me now, they know. Even they tell me themselves that that you photography, you sabi. They tell me. One of my mentors will tell me, I don't know how to retouch. He will say it, and the same person that said doesn't know how to retouch will be telling me that last week we did 15 million in the studio. I'll be like, me that I know how to retouch. So it's not about skill. Skill is crucial. So I'm not trying to downplay that, because that's what will take you to the table of kings. The work of your hands. So I'm not downplaying all that. But it is just 40%. I won't even say 50%. I'll say it's a crucial 40%. But the remaining 60% starts from this mindset. Until I started reading and associating myself with the right people, it didn't change. Check the next slide, please. Life is about being and what? Becoming. Not what? Having and getting. Everybody look at the screen. Life is about what? Being and what? Becoming. Who put this boy here? Life is about being and becoming, not having and getting. This is a very, very powerful rule. Stephanie Seabrook. Very, very powerful. Very, very powerful. Life is about being and becoming. It's not about having and getting. This thing can take your life to the next level. Because we all believe life is about what can I make? What can I get? What can I make? What can I get? Okay, what's next? How do I make money? Okay, I want to work for this man. How much will he pay me? I want to meet this woman. How much should he pay me? Okay, if I go to this place, what's in it for me? That's our way of thinking. I remember when I was working with my former boss then, this was 2016 or so, BNB. You guys should know BNB. Yes, she was my boss when I started photography. I used to learn from her. I don't care about the money. Me, I've always been like that though. In fact, my first wedding, I charged 20K. Then 20K was more money. So I charged 20K. I think they balanced me. But the next one, I charged 40. I charged 40K. They paid 10K. Till today, they are still owing me 30K. And they still called me after that to come and do one job again. So then I didn't really care. But then I was still working in the bank, and I used to use my salary to even make album because the money they pay me is not even enough to make album. I just didn't care. But when I was working for Mufe then, my primary focus was serving her and learning from her. I didn't care. We would travel to the north, spend 3 days. I will not collect one kobo. I didn't care. It was about serving her and learning, not her paying me. See, I do just for certain people now at this level I've got to for free. I don't even care. In fact, that one, I take it more seriously. If you see I did one free job last week, and my guys got there late. I didn't go. My guys got there late. They did the job, but if you see the episode I sent to the lady, apologizing. It's a free job. I should have said it not be free. Yeah. In fact, she was like, it's okay. I was like, serious letter to apply from the delay. I take full responsibility. Why? Because that relationship is very, very important to me. I spent money. Imagine flying bike from here to VI. You know how much the bike? It was crazy day for me and the guys. But I didn't care. And it was a free job. In fact, the lady said, these guys are already late, to tell them not to bother to come. They should just go back. I told my guys, just go. Whatever you meet, just do something. And I was just, Shebi is free. You guys will come back there. We don't care anyway. No. So I'm at a point where I'm not really driven by making money. I'm focused more on building relationships. Because I feel like that's what has helped my life. When I meet people that are ahead of me, they tell me things that used to give me a headache. Sometimes they'll be telling me figure. So I was with my mentor in Abuja last year, and I was like, okay, this is your studio they are running here now. Is it because this studio is in a very beautiful mall? All those, not all this our own mall. This was a massive mall. I'm like, the rent in this kind of place. So I was like, sir, the money you make out of this studio, is that what you are using to pay the rent and the salaries of all this plenty stuff that I'm saying? They have like 3 receptionists and all of that. And it's not like their price was off the roof, was good, average. He said, yes. Now, I said, that means you have to make this much in a week to be able to. He said, yes, we make more than that. So, when they don't tell you, I didn't believe that you can make that kind of money from just doing birthday shoots in a week. So I'm like, it's not possible. But when you meet someone that's actually making it, and you cannot lie to you. So that's the power of relationships. So I take that more importantly. So, like I said earlier, I started reading and I started meeting people. And that's the meaning of being and becoming. You have to evolve as a person. It is you, yourself, that will grow, not your business. Or you are the leader of everything of your life. Your business, your life, everything that has to do with you. You are the leader now. So when you grow, everything that has to do with you grows with you. It's as simple as that. Well, we don't focus on personal growth. We focus more on business and other growth, and lighting growth and retouching growth. And I find that people that I was sitting with another mentor. I have plenty of mentors. I'm not the type that I follow. I have plenty. He was like, he spends like 60 million on school fees. I say, sir, do you have another business? How can somebody spend 60 million on school fees? And we are carrying this. In fact, my camera is a bigger camera than his camera. Just to shock you. I use a better camera and a more expensive camera. My lens bag is way more expensive than his old camera bag. You don't want to see. Do you see the irony? But talking to people like this, they open my mind to possibilities. They make you see that, oh, wow, so this is possible. Okay, so how do you do it? So you have to make it very crucial in your journey that, okay, in the next 6 months, I need to meet at least 3 new people. Not the guy living on your street. So when I say 3 new people, I didn't say just people. People that are already living in your future. At least say to yourself, okay, in the next 2 months, whatever it takes. It might be from my church. It might be from maybe when I'm going out. And when you go out, go for programs, my guy. You need to go out. See, there's nothing like introverts. It's because of the way you grew up. Don't let anybody come and lie to you. You're an introvert, you're an extrovert. When you leave that one. You have to go out. Go anywhere. Me, I don't care. Both the paid and the free, I just go. And it doesn't have to be photography event alone. You can go to tech. Tech is big now. They do programs all the time. They are doing fest here. They are doing exhibition there because of the whole fintech explosion in this side of the world. So go there. Before you know it, you meet one tech kini. I have a photographer friend that he has a group of friends in tech, and now they are designing one app. Yeah, that's how it happens. From there, the person you meet will open your head to certain possibilities that even this photography, you might you can just throw it to one side and say, hey, I can do this one and make this. Oh yeah, let me. But when you don't go out, you don't meet people, especially the ones that are ahead of you. You stay in the same level. It's as simple as that, because it is these people that you meet that will open your head to ideas and possibilities. It doesn't happen naturally. You won't see into your dream. Or you are just there. Of course, ideas can drop. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying when it comes to getting knowledge, you don't get knowledge through dreams. What you get through dreams or through your thoughts is ideas. And you get more ideas when you carry more knowledge. So the more you know, the better. Because a lot of ideas that have come to your head before, you just shut it down. It's because you can't understand that idea. It looks weird. Something can just come to like, I can have so. But the moment that idea comes, you just be like, you just move on. Because it doesn't make sense. How is this one? What kind of thinking with this one? It doesn't even look realistic. But somebody's probably doing it somewhere. You don't even know the person exists. I hope you guys are learning something.
Yes.
You have to start going out. That's the external part. The internet, you need to start reading and watching videos. Make it see. Reduce the movie. Reduce it. You look like someone that will watch movies. That watch a lot of movies. Is it Korean film? Like her, see, she's smiling. She knows herself. Korean film people. You watch Korea? What's your favorite movie genre? Abi Zibo movie. I think I heard someone say Zibo movie now. Z-World, okay. It's beautiful. It's good to relax. It's good to chill, watch movies, rest. All these things are good. I'm not really that, but they are not important. And you have to be living with a sense of urgency. And the only way to do that is to start to take in fresh knowledge through books, through videos. It's important. I'm emphasizing, I have some point, but this one is the most important part. Because nobody will give you one formula and say, oh, you do like this, you make money. No. You need to get to a point where you can handle it. Now, when I was doing my forecast for this year, okay, I believe, at the end of this year, I should make this much from wedding photo. I do different. I have an academy. I have studio like you guys. This is my studio and all of that. So I did some kind of forecasting. But for my weddings, I've even reached almost 60% or if not 50% of my target already. And we are still in March. Because I could handle it. I myself was not like, maybe what I wrote was too small. Maybe I have to go back and go and review it. It works. But the reason I remember when I was writing, that was like, this thing, because last year was tough. Last year tough. Are you sure you can? But it's actually not that difficult. And what has helped me was because I started working with people that are living in my future. It's crucial. If somebody living in your future, that means they already know the direction there. It's as simple as that. Isn't that simple? They know the direction and they will just show you the direction. It's not that easy. So not that you might not easily find a mentor where you guys will just sit down, have a cup of coffee, or have tea, and you guys talk for 5 hours. That one might not be easy to come by. So even if it's their materials, you start with first. And you can have mentors that will never meet you. Plenty. I have read, there are people that have read their books, watched their video, podcast. I don't even joke with it. When I'm driving, I rarely listen to music in the car. It's not, it's been long. It's been long. Except maybe when I'm coming back from church with my wife and we are in the spiritual mood, I play some Christian song. Other than that, anytime I'm driving, I'm listening to something. There's someone talking. I'm playing a conference. I'm playing something, or a podcast. I'm very big on podcasts. I listen to podcasts a lot. Gary Vee, Daniel Priestley, Vusi. Some of you should know Vusi. Vusi Tembekwayo. He's from South Africa. Hey. My body is so. You people need to know these guys. Write it, Vusi. Go and watch these guys' content now. Go and listen to their podcast. These guys know so much. So learn from them. You understand? It's important. Daniel Priestley, Diary of a CEO, all these people, they open Mel Robbins. We know the popular ones, Brian Tracy. Some people here might not even know Brian Tracy. That's the funny part. Because that one is old. And everybody should know Brian Tracy. Hey, do you know Brian Tracy? I'm a Jamilaya. These guys will teach you, because that's what helped me. I started watching. And the more I kept watching, the more I kept becoming. That's what happens. Because it's like you are fertilizing the soil of your heart. You are fertilizing. The new knowledge is like fertilizer. It's just coming. It changed my thinking. It changed my perception. The way I see life. Even the way I carry myself. The way I talk to people. The kind of questions I ask people when I meet new people. The way I share ideas with people. Everything changed. To the point that even my friends, they are trying to catch up with me. And when I say they're trying to catch up with me, not money-wise. Because everything you put together, you can't to me, you don't get money passing first. No. I talk of my energy. And the energy is not coming from the fact that maybe I have one unique personality. It's coming because I'm becoming. New things are coming to my mind every day, every morning, every evening, every night. Before I go to bed, I always have my AirPods on. So I used to sleep with my AirPods. It's maybe after an hour or two that I'm fast asleep and I now wake up a bit and now remove the AirPod and throw it to one side. So every time I'm taking something new in. So it becomes a part of me. Have we met? Okay, sorry. I just like to pick faces. It has become a part of me to seek knowledge. And that thing has made me grow so much that I'm not really, in times when I'm not maybe making a lot of money, but I don't have much money on me, I'm not worried. Before, I'll be panicking. Because that was my essence. Credit alert. Was my whole essence. But now, there are times that, there's no money. But I don't fret. Because I know money will come. Just keep becoming. So getting to a point of dominance, wealth, significance is actually possible and is actually sure. Everybody here can get there. It's not a matter. We grew up thinking, I remember when I was young, I was thinking like, will I be rich or I'll be poor? When I was small, I used to think like that. Maybe I should be rich or I'll be poor. I thought it's like mini, mo. That is luck. I know our parents did not really help, to be honest. When I say they took care of us, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying when it comes to this training about how you should think. So I used to be like, maybe I'll be rich. I'll now imagine, I'll come back to my senses. I'll be like, maybe I'll be poor, sha. I don't know. I hope I'll be rich, sha. That's how I used to think. Like, consciously, as a secondary school. I remember I would sit down, maybe I'll be rich. If I see one fine car, maybe I'll drive this car. Then there's this Honda Accord. Now, the car. Then there was like, there's one rich man in my mom's shop area. His name was Makinde. He used to drive that Honda Accord and pass. I said, maybe I'll be rich. Maybe I'll drive this car when I'm married. This car, I can't, I reject it. But, there's a then. Like, so I didn't understand that getting to a point of wealth, dominance, significance is actually everybody can get there. It's not luck. It's not hanky-panky. Because what I've learned is that even if you get the connection you didn't prepare for, you will destroy it. I've done it. It has happened to me a number of times in previous years. I've connected with ambassadors and I destroyed it. But I did not know. I didn't have the mindset. I could not handle his own. People like, this guy get connection and waiting make this money. If me said get the kind of connection where this guy get, he said lie. You can attract the connection. Because when the connection comes, you will not be able to handle it. I destroyed this suggestion that when we went to deliver the woman's job, another child was getting married 2 months after. She told it to my face that me I've already booked another photographer. I cannot go what I went through. This one. I can't go through it again. Ambassador. Imagine. Now you be like, why will you do that? You didn't know that the woman was ambassador. But it's mindset. You think you will handle it right. You let the opportunity come. That same habit that you've been doing with the small people that you call small is what you will carry when you meet the big people. When you start to become, it changes your thinking and it changes your attitude. Let's go to the next slide. Okay, go to the next. What's this? Live your future. Live your future. Oh, goodness. I just pray you guys apply this things. Ejo, I'm begging. So that you not just say you just came, you saw Oluseyi Magic on black shirt, and that's the only thing you are living here with. Try to do these things. Live your future. Living your future is when you go to places where people in your future are. That's one of the most practical way to live your future. I don't want to say when you, like you said, start doing the things they do. That one might be hard because you don't even know what they do until you go to where they are and see it. Then you cannot do what they do, isn't it? So when you take your last kobo and you walk into a fancy restaurant and you have a nice lunch, you are investing in yourself. You are not wasting money. You just don't know it here because those type of investments, you don't see the reward immediately. But you are tweaking your mindset. Because at the point, if somebody tells me that I can take my wife somewhere and spend 50K or 70K, where? Why? How much was I even earning? So you have to start living in your future. You need to go to where these people are. It works. It takes action to break free from your mindset. It's not easy. It's actually hard. I won't lie. But it's possible. And everybody can break it. It's not, and when I say it's hard, don't say, okay, maybe it will be hard for me. It will be easy for the other person. You just have to, when you start to experience what these people are experiencing. I remember going for a small vacation with my wife in February during Valentine. And the coming back, and funny at that time, it now happened that my phone got spoiled. So I didn't now go with phone. My screen was bad. And it was the day I was traveling, so I could not go with my phone. So I was just there, no phone. I enjoyed myself. And I was like, oh, so this is type of, because these are the things I've been seeing. So this kind of life people are living. It changes your orientation. That there are certain things you will not be able to accept again. But when you don't taste the new thing, that old thing becomes your lifestyle. And some of you think you have to wait for the new thing will not come to you. You have to go to it. So you go for a nice lunch, you start dressing well, you go for conferences. Sometimes you can even go using your work. I've gone for 2 places where this place is too big, I can't even afford it. I just send them an email that I want to partner with them to do their media for free. Just for me to enter. To do their media for free, I can go there with my boys. I won't carry camera, I just enter and just, okay, what's happening here? I just want to be present where these senior men are. If I just seeing them, imagine hearing something that this man makes 5 billion in a month. And you meet him in person and look, even if you don't talk, you just stand close to him and you're looking at, see the short man, just regular guy. Sometimes you look at these men on TV and they look like gods and some alien robots that the way they think is not human. Yeah, the same human being. When you meet them in person, sometimes you too like, Dubai and all. So it's just this guy. Yeah, see me now. You understand? It's not that hard, but when you get there, you begin to see the possibility. So you need to go out more. It has to be, you have to force, because me, I have to force myself. Sometimes I will write it. She go out on Wednesday. I'm now, okay, when it's now Tuesday, okay, let me find someone that I can call, that we can meet up. It's not easy, because the easiest thing is just to play PlayStation and watch a movie and sleep or edit. And that's what we spend most of our time doing. We edit. We don't understand the power of time. We don't understand the power of time. So that sleepless night editing, if you have some extra cash to get someone to do it for you, you better do that. Don't come and beat yourself up until you do. If you don't have the resources, do your work. You have to be diligent. So I'm not coming here to downplay that you must need to. I used to do it very well, even till now. Last week Thursday, I was home. I started retouching from 10 till like 7. Because there are certain customers that I deal with, they are just myself. So I'm not here to come and tell you every day I'm just walking to restaurants looking for rich men and I'm not taking my work seriously. No, that's not what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is, this is how to tap into that frequency of people that you are hoping to become. You have to go to where they are. The moment you start going to where they are, circumstances will be coming up where you begin to meet them. That's how life is. Before you know it, something will happen, you meet this one. You guys, okay, you have this thing. Oh, I've checked your page, man. Your content is beautiful. I would like to give you a fresh corporate headshots for the new year. Just something new. Everybody likes free things. So, yeah, no, but come to my office. You get it before you need it. You've collected the woman's number. You guys are already talking small. And when I say talking, it doesn't mean you'll be messaging the woman and be saying, hi, how are you? No. Or those people, if you don't have value to offer them, don't speak to them. They are very difficult people. So if you don't have something to tell, that's why most people, when I go to them, I always talk about something I can give them first. That's how I start conversations. I don't just say, how are you? Nice to meet you, man. I love your work. You are the greatest of the greatest. They hear that every day from people. So there's nothing special. When you go to them and offer, like this woman I said, I did a free job last week. When I met her, it was a program she put together with another organization. And I sent them an email. I just sent an email. I didn't even message the woman, even though she was my target. I sent the organizers of the program an email that I would like to partner with them. Where I run in the top media, that is English. I run a top media company. This. We'd love to do this for you for free. Just partner. We love what you are doing. What's my business? What they are doing? And it was also a hard something. I'm not interested, but I don't care. And I got that access. Now me and this person, we talk well. And fortunately for me, she wasn't even the only person that I networked with through that. I networked with someone that has connected me with quite a number of people. So it works. I didn't just sit in my house and say until they call me to come and do job, I won't go out. Go out, do free job. Nobody come and lie to you and tell you you value yourself. Don't do anything for free. I hate hearing that thing. What do you mean? I will do plenty free jobs if it will take me to certain tables. Just take it as collaboration. You collaborate. That's collaboration. You offer somebody something for you, get access. It might not be the person that you give the free service to that you get your benefit back from later. It might be someone you meet there. Maybe when you're there, you now meet the real one that God has sent you to meet. But if you lock yourself up, you don't go out, you don't network, you don't meet these people, you don't grow. And when you grow, you start meeting people, you begin to see possibilities. And those possibilities will be so powerful that the dreams you have now, you will not have it again, you will see. You just like the thing you have now, you'll be like, which kind of nonsense dream I did get before? Because the things you hope to achieve now, you'll be thinking is that's the highest you can ever get. Until you start to meet these people, you know that that's like the lowest you should be safe. You should be able to do more than that stuff in your mind now that you're thinking about. And that's why I got to. When I started talking to my mentor, the closest of all of them, he used to tell me things like this. I will not sit my wife down and say, babe, I can talk for hours. She'll be like, it's okay, just calm down. Because I'll be like, wow. You know, when somebody tells you new things, I'll be like, so all these things, people do these things, and they're actually getting this type of results with this type of small efforts. You know, ignorance is a bad thing, guys. Very bad thing. So you have to be running from it. So first go and follow all those blogs you are following, please. All those kit makers, they are doing more damage than help. Trust me. I don't follow one like this. One kit maker. Even the one I love the most, like, I love that guy so much. I don't follow him. I just if you know how Instagram works, sometimes suggestion will bring I will watch that one, but I don't go to the page and go and before I will open the skit makers page. I will lie on the bed. I will sit down there and watch and wow. That thing is bad. Some of you that you know yourself. It's bad though. It's entertaining, but it's bad. You know, you have to change that. Next slide. Change your circle of influence. I've talked about that already. Next slide. Know who you are. Your uniqueness is your power. Now, let me see this. I wrote it down here. Know who you are. I'm getting to the nitty-gritty. Hope I'm not talking for too long. Hope you guys are getting value. Please let me get water. Know who you are. Your uniqueness is your power. Your personality is your strength. I don't know if I added that part. I'm not sure I did. Your uniqueness is your power. Check the next slide. It's there. Okay, it's not there. Go back. Your uniqueness is your power. Your personality is your strength. Now, let me quickly say this. In the journey of you becoming very dominant in your industry, as a photographer, for example, all of us can be doing the same thing. We are photographers. In fact, we can even be in the same genre. All of us are shooting weddings alone, for example. Doesn't mean we cannot have our uniqueness. And when I say uniqueness, it's not majorly style of photography. Because style of photography too is a form of uniqueness in the technical standpoint. I'm talking of the life standpoint. You have to come to a point where you are very, very aware of your personality. Because that is where because when you start meeting these people, they will know. When you start going out, you start exploring, you need to be sure of who you are. And when I say sure of who you are, your character, your nature, because you have to double down on your strengths. We all have our strengths and our weaknesses. That's a fact. So you have to know what your strengths are. Are you good at talking to people? Are you good at are you someone that loves to make impact? Some people love to make, some people are just specialists. They just want to do the job well and go. There's nothing wrong with that. Some people, they just want to make people smile. They just want to make people happy. You can even do real thorough temperament test. It will really help you to know the type of person you are. So that you can work on your weaknesses, but most importantly, double down on your strengths. The weakness is not even more as important as the strength. It's that strength that will be your mantra. So you can say, okay, this type of person that I am, I will apply it when it comes to my customer service. When it comes to the way I talk to my customer. Oh, I love to build friendship with people. I talk a lot. I love to vibe with people. Okay, anytime I want to deliver albums to my customers, I'll be going to their house myself. Because I know how to talk to people. I know how to make people laugh. I know how to make people have a great time. Okay, I won't be using dispatch. I'll go to their house myself. So that when I want to deliver, they will tell me to come inside. Because I'm the photographer that brought it, and we'll sit down. And we'll gist. And we'll deliver. They are looking at them, they're happy, and you guys are having a great time, you're laughing. You are not just winning their heart, you are winning their soul. It's like you're buying their soul, literally. In a way that by the time you are done with you move on with your job, they will never forget you. And if they want to do maternity shoot, or they have a friend getting married, they won't agree. They must use you because you've used your personality as your strength. And your strength can come in different. It might even be on the day of the wedding you are doing the job. You can go extra mile for your brides. Do extra. Some of you, they did not give you food. That's what you're worried about. And then they give person food. They say we should come and shoot second dress. Okay, I go and shoot. I'm not shooting anything. They show. Me, I don't want some food again at this point. I'll just go there for food. But I've been there too. That is how they treat me that determines how I treat them back. We preach it. We tell planners that you treat us well. But no matter how they end up treating you, you have to blow their mind. Both from the planners, because planners are the biggest middlemen in our industry. For those of us that are in the event space, and also the clients themselves. So it's important that you know who you are. Some of you don't even know your temperament. Something as basic as that. Even me, I just found out my temperament like a few months ago. I wasn't interested in this thing, but they actually work. Because when you do proper, because we have different random tests, but you do proper thorough tests, it will give you an analysis of why you have that temperament. And majority of us, we tend to have double temperaments. It's not usually one for the most part. So they will break it down. Okay, why do you have more of this and this? That means you are prone to do this, you are prone to do this. Like me now, I'm disorganized. And I got it from my temperament. I saw it, but I've always been disorganized. Oh, so this people did not lie. I'm not a very, very organized person. But I have my strengths too that I'm very good at. That even when I was trying to come to a point where I understand myself more, I even had to call my folks and ask them questions. Daddy, when I was young, do I do this? How do I do? What's my nature? What kind of person was I? How stubborn was I? What are the things I love to do when I was a boy? When I can't even remember. Or when I was in secondary school, where do you used to find me? They said Game Center. Yes, you see PS1, we used to play that time. So anyway, the point is that gave me enough data plus temperament from what my wife said, what my friends said, what my parents said, what my sister said, and I happened to be the last one. So I added that one. So they were no, when you were young, this was the things. These things you take them seriously. You used to be happy when we talk about these things. That gave me data. It will come to a point where I'm like, okay, so this is not person. So this is me actually. I don't need to change who I am. I just need to double down self and magnify who I am. So the part where I believe I'm not very good at, I just find people that will help me solve that part. Next slide. Steps to mastery. Steps to mastery. I'm almost done. I know I'm taking your time a bit this morning. Steps to mastery. Number one. Yeah, give them number one. Yeah, next slide. What's that? Learn from a master and be what? Be consistent with it. Learn from a master and be consistent with it. Learn from a master and be consistent with it. When I was writing this, I was like, okay, learn from a master. I was like, okay, where does it end? Is it just about learning from a master? But I decided to add that you have to be consistent because some of you will pay for a workshop. For example, you go for lighting and color grading workshop. Then the person that is doing the workshop will tell you, after this workshop, you will master how to light and color grade. Then you go. And you believe that because you went to one workshop, you'll be as good as the person that taught you in the workshop. It doesn't work that way. Learning is a process and it never ends. Learning is a process and it never ends. So when I say learn from a master, first of all, be very selective about who you learn from. Don't just learn jack and shit anywhere. Be selective. Know that, okay, this person you are learning from, it might be technical learning, like lighting and the likes, and it might be business, it might be life, it might be all of that. Learn from someone that you know that, this one knows what he's doing. Then when you learn from people, don't stop there. Don't just go there once and you learn one of, because there's know-how. No matter how much they dish out to you from a session, you can't learn it all. So don't say, Mama, somebody tells you, please come for my, let's say this photographer says, come for my workshop. You'll be like, I went for this guy's workshop last year now. I learned now, but I didn't learn everything. You can't learn everything. You have to keep learning. It's an ongoing process. It never ends. You learn the ones you can learn for free. You pay for the ones you should pay for. You learn the ones you can learn for free. You pay the ones you pay for. You just keep going. That's how you get to the point of mastery. You don't get to the point of mastery by hoping you get there. And you're like, at least if you know, before I used to think like, okay, I'm this good, right? This is like my first, second year in photography. I'll be like, if I'm this good in photography, that means in another 2 years now, from now, I'll be much better. Then I used to think that it's a function of time. That the more I grow older, and for me to have become this good, that means in another 2 years, naturally, who told you that? In fact, it will be worse. Because the ones before you will just come again and just overtake you. So you will actually be worse, not even better. So it's a going concern. You have to keep learning from people that are masters in the crafts. Don't just learn anything. Not if you learn anything anyhow from anybody. Somebody just rush, learn. You might be learning stuff that will not help you. Because the person that's teaching probably doesn't even know what he's doing. So you have to learn from people that you know that, this person knows his onions. You want to learn wedding photography, don't go and learn wedding photography from somebody that is living and breathing in the studio. These guys can shoot weddings. And don't let Instagram bamboozle you. Somebody can post a beautiful bridal portrait. That is not wedding photography. That's portrait photography. Even though the market and the industry have forced all of us to become portrait photographers by force. Me, I don't like portrait. I don't like retouching. I hate it. I can do it, but I hate it. I love shooting weddings. I can climb tree to take picture. That's me. But when I'm shooting portraits, the moment they say they are wearing 3 outfits, I'm already angry. But weddings, if you like, wear 6 outfits. I'm fine. It's just my nature. So I just double down on my strengths. So you never see me pushing portrait portfolio. I don't want much of portrait jobs. I do it, but I'm not crazy about it. But weddings, oh, I love you so much. You understand? So I double down on my strengths. And in my journey of mastery, I learned from the best. See the person I said I work for. In fact, right from my early on, I was very, very selective about the people I learned from. I didn't just learn anyhow. The people that I know, this one, I want to get the way she does this, the way he does that. Those are the people I go for. I've gone for some weird workshops where I'm like, let me use the word, I'm like the best in the class. Because I'm sure some of my fellow students be like, boss, what do you going to do for this workshop? But me, I know I'm there. Some people like, why is magic in this place? Even the owner of the workshop will be like, I know this guy. What do you do for my class? But I have something I want to pick from there. And I pick it and I go. And I humble myself. I sit in the back like everybody else. I don't come and say, oh, I'm real magic. I just came from this workshop because I want to. No, I don't care. I came to learn like everybody. So sometimes I even ask my fellow students question. Bro, for this side, I know to get. I won't lie. What will I lie about? I just don't stop learning. And I still learn. I have a folder on my YouTube where when I see a video I'm interested in that is photography there, I save it there. When I have free time, I sit down, I start watching. And I start practicing it. I keep learning. I still learned something new last week. So it never ends. So don't stop learning, especially technical and also, of course, when it comes to your life. Next slide. Did you see this? What is this? Practice always. Education without what? Application is just what? Entertainment. That's why I'm really particular about you guys applying what you are learning from me today. Education without application is just entertainment. Now you're just seeing Oluseyi Magic performing, giving you nuggets of wisdom. Change your mindset. You're like, oh, more mindset. You now live here and nothing changes because you don't apply. So you have to do these things that I'm telling you to do. Go and meet your tailors. Boss, let me make like 5 native way will dry well. Like you can still use your local tailor. Don't go and meet my Atafo. My tailor is in Agbado and it's fantastic. And he's still my tailor till now. He has been making clothes for me since almost 8 years now. The boss, I will call the boss. Let me arrange nice native. Make sure Kobale so that Oma Koshap, Pustache. Go out, go to places. Feel good. Don't wear slippers. Okay, if you try it, okay, I'm impressed. Don't wear slippers. Go out. So even if it's a job, don't just go to job looking like a photographer, like they say. You just get there, they know this is definitely a photographer because of how shabby you look. Because they already have a kind of picture of how photographers should look. Enter and they say, are you the groom? They used to do that for me very well. This one said, dress past groom. It's good. Of course, own your craft. So it's not your suit that determine how good your pictures come. But the way you present yourself, the way you carry yourself. Not that the wedding is going on. You're not going to stand in front of the caterer side. Give us food now. Give us food. And they are passing. The bridal train are passing. And they are seeing you fighting with caterer. I've done these things before. I saw the wedding in God that time. I was angry. Even though the couple happened to be like not friends, but I was angry. They did not give me drink. In all those moments, I one waiter was passing. I want to collect drink. They now pass. They do, I was angry. I drew the waiter back. Why did they worry you? And the couple were looking at me from the I'm like, give him drink now. Why didn't you give him drink? Imagine. At that point, my level was thinking then, I thought the couple self-support me that, no. I'm passing a message to their hearts that I'm not valuable, Jari. That soft drink is a big thing for me. Even them, they don't know that's what I'm doing to them. I myself, I don't know that's what I'm doing. But that's what's happening. Where they are now, it's entering their subconscious that magic, all those things is big. Soft drink can move magic. That's the meaning. So if I come to that same person and say, give me 5 million, they can't. They don't understand why you want to collect that money. They won't remember that you fight for soft drink. They won't remember. So it's not like they will remember. But there's something going on in their subconscious that just feel, no, this guy wants to dupe us. This guy wants to collect money. Like there's some person, the same set of people will meet another person and they will comfortably. They'll be like, he didn't charge us much. The same set of people. So you work with some clients that, for example, it's a wedding, they will tell you, this is our budget, please help us. You now collect it, you now get to the wedding, and you're like, see wedding. So these people can afford this. So it's not really much about it's not really much about their pocket. It's about your value and what they perceive of your value. That's where the work is. And it comes from your mindset, how you go out, how you present yourself, where they see you, who they see you with. When you now start building your personal brand from there, and they start to perceive you as someone that is on their level, they won't be shocked when you charge them certain amounts. They won't be shocked. So I found out that the guys that are even the best photographers, they are not the one that is making the most money. A lot of times we see this thing on IG and you see the hottest wedding guys, portrait guys shooting murders images. And in our minds, we believe, this guy, you are wrong. I'm not trying to say they are not making money, but they are not the one making the most money. The ones that are making the most money, they are not even half as good. Because those people, they were able to find a good balance between skill and business. But these guys that are so skillful, they don't know anything about business. I know of a guy that they wanted to give him a job in Mauritius last year, and because he was so busy, they could not reach him. And when I say he was so busy, it was just in the space of 5 hours. Because dealing with rich people, they don't have time. They will not be chasing you for 3 days. So I'm not trying to say they were so busy for days. It was just like 5 to 6 hours window. But these people, they want to negotiate pay. Maybe they planned it that today, that's their to-do. You know, these wedding people, they don't have time to waste. My to-do today is to book this vendor, book this vendor, book this vendor. It's not available. It's called the next person straight. Before the time they already book. You know the irony of it again. Character is powerful. You know, the other vendor that they now booked. Sorry, I can't mention him. So let me know. The other vendor now booked, because it was a trad and white, he messed the trad up so much that they had to now go back to the guy that, bro, we have something in this country, please go with us. Because the first one messed up, the one they did in Nigeria. Is it character? The opportunity that was going to someone else came to you. You messed it up so bad that they had to go back to that person. You see life. And both of them are talented and fantastic photographers. I'm sure you know their names, but I'm sorry. You understand? So it's not really much about, so there has to be a balance. Yeah? So don't be so moved. See, I'm sure after today I'll post one flyer and I want to do lighting. Yes, you learn it, master it, I'm good at it. But you have to learn these things to mindset, business, life, practicing. Education without application is just what? Entertainment. Very important. Apply these things, guys. Apply these things. In fact, we have business of photography masterclass. This is March, right? Have we entered April yet? Okay, so business of photography, I think it's May. We want to use April, so it should be early May. Early May. I'm putting it together. It's going to be powerful. Almost 10 hours. Real course like this. You know, teaching about how to start, run, build a business, how to build a team. And this one's going to be very practical because I've gone quite to a number of business photography classes and they are not practical enough with people. English is too much. I don't know if you guys understand what I'm saying. You know, there's some classes you go to, they're just speaking English and I'll be like, people can't really use this knowledge, anything. And sometimes they'll be saying things that are so ambiguous that somebody that is just growing, that doesn't have all the money, will not be able to apply. At least right now I can beat my chest and say, I have a good understanding of how photography business works. And I have streams. I run an academy that is doing very well, actually. And the academy is just, I think this is our first year anniversary this month. I think. Okay, you know. I don't know. Oh, okay. So this is our first year. And we've done, let me not tell you about turnover. You'll be shocked. You know, so there's a business around it. You know, not to talk of the studio where you are sitting right now. And we now have the weddings too. You know, we have other things we are doing on the ground. I cannot come and open up here. So I believe you will learn a lot. So have that in mind. Maybe you should even write your name down and register. It's not expensive anyway. Those of you that follow me where you know that my classes are not usually expensive. Are they? No. Very cheap. It's not some money. The money you guys pay, sometimes it's not even enough for my breakfast, to be honest. So that's me being serious. So it's not so much. If you know how much we spend on fueling in the office and paying for our marketing, you will see that the money, in fact, the ads we do to promote some of our courses. So it's not really profit driven, to be honest. This thing you are seeing is not free. Did you pay? No. So it's not really profit driven. That's why I should be in the office talking to some people and making some money. I'm here with you. So it's not really profit driven. So when I say I'm putting classes like this together, even this one that is free, you are getting value. Imagine the paid one, where I know that I have a responsibility to deliver value. And you need to know business, guys. You have to. Because a lot of us don't know business. But it's funny that we think we do. Because that's what I thought. I used to think, I know business that when you now start talking to people that are doing business, you now see that, I don't know, you don't know anything about how to run a business and how to grow it. Because when you start to think business and you understand how to grow business more, you understand how to make money, to sustain it. And that is how you grow. You know, that's how you grow. So where did we stop? Education without application is just entertainment. The more you read, the more things you will know. I've talked on this, so let me not bother you with all that. The more that you read, the more things you will know. The more that you learn, the more places you will go. It's just a quote I got somewhere, but I really like this. The more you read, the more things you will know. The more you learn, the more places you will go. Now, this statement is powerful. I don't know if it's on my slide. Check the next slide. Okay, next slide. Okay, I think I've next slide. There's one. Aha, this is it. If you think education is expensive, try estimating the cost of what? Ignorance. You know, when it comes to you learning something new, to be honest, I've been in that show. It looks like a waste of time. It looks like stress. I remember the last class I said I went for the last weekend. On day one, I was having serious headache. You know what they call information overload? They pack again. I was just like, I just wanted to go out. Not that what they were teaching was not valuable. So learning is not easy. It can be tedious. But it's better to go through that because the cost of ignorance is more damaging. Oh, it's more damaging. So somebody tells you pay 100K for this, and you look at your bank account, and you have 300K there, for example. And somebody says you pay 100K, and you're like, that is actually investment. You find out that 100K you are saving. You don't want to pay for that class. Something will not happen. It doesn't have to be a negative thing. It can be just necessities, expenses. For you went out by a gun here, pay this be your friend, your brother, the same money. You just go to something that if they now ask you that, okay, what did this 100K that you were saving? What did it now do for you? You can't say. So I got to a point where I said, I don't even care. As long as I know that I will get value from this thing, I will pay, no matter the cost. Because what matters is me becoming. So I said, okay, if it's about me growing, let me go be putting the money there. Because it's investment. So when you take money, go to the best places, you pay to go to expensive places, you pay for conferences, you pay for workshops. And when I say pay for conferences, it doesn't even have to be only photography conference. You can go for something that has nothing to do with your field. You are just expanding your knowledge, expanding your horizon. And all those other sectors, they even do a lot of free stuff. Education, government, tech. That tech is even big now. They do big events that you go to. You see, even though what they are saying has not to do with photography, but it's tech. It's from there you might get one idea that you bring it to the same photography that you are doing. You know, we have guys making money through tech in photography. People are already doing apps, doing platforms for photographers. And it's so sad that majority of people that are making the most money there, they are not even photographers. And we should be the one growing our industry by ourselves, since we are the major stakeholders in it. You know? So the cost of ignorance is high. So don't limit, just like Mr. Nee used to say, and some of you should know you are this one. He will say, you better follow us on a journey. Those of us that are ahead of you, follow us on a journey. So the money that you, so if he will be telling us that, he was like, if he's a very expensive man, he will tell you to our that if I tell you to bring $1,000 and what you have in your account is $1,000, you better bring it. This man is big, so it's not like it's your money that's his problem. That's like he used to say straight. He said, if it's $1,000 and I ask for your $1,000, better give me. So that your $1,000 can become $10,000. Because it will never. For that money, because money is just a tool. Money is just, that's why they call it currency. It's just a tool. It's not meant to be kept for so long. Especially in this our economy. In fact, this is the place where you should spend money more. Because the money is devaluing in the bank. So why are you not keeping it? In your mind now, I want to save. In Nigeria, and your money is reducing. What your 500K can buy last year, you have to pay 850 to buy the same thing now. You guys know what I'm talking about. So somebody now says you come and carry knowledge that even if there's economic meltdown, your knowledge is your knowledge. Knowledge does not melt down. You now say, 60K. You now calculate 60K. You think of other things that 60K can do for you. And it's not like you do those other things. So you will keep the money and you will lose that window. Maybe it's a course, maybe it's a session. You lose that window and it's very hard to get it back. So please, the cost of ignorance is high, so don't joke with it. If there's an opportunity to learn something new, go for it. Don't limit yourself and say, you want to save money. Thank God I'm a married man. If I was a bachelor, I would have been worse. Worse in the sense that I'm so radical with knowledge now. But now, when you're married, you have to comport. So you have to first let the Ogabagata approve certain things. It's not everything that you can do by yourself. So, but if you are just that I'm married, you have the opportunity. In fact, you have more opportunities to make mistakes. Because if we make one mistake, we have to explain. The money, wait, calm down, let me explain. But you people, are you married? You look married. You have how many children? You are very married. But the point is, those of you that are still young, you don't have anybody to hold you accountable. Get out there. Spend your money. I'm serious. I'm not saying spend your money on me. That's what to do with me. It can be anywhere. It can be anyone else you are looking up to. It's not about me here. Use the money. Let your money take you to where you want to go. Not that you say you want to give money and you are limiting your life. And your money is devaluing every day. You need to think about it. Does that make sense? Because all of us are so, we believe the way to wealth is savings. That's a big lie. Savings is not the way to wealth. That's not the way to wealth. Me, I saved though. I was working in the bank as at 2013, 2012. I saved some money with my dad till 2019. Actually, I was not helping myself. And it was quite a lot of money. But by the time I was not ready to use the money, I told my daddy to go and use it to help me get some like land. He used the land I got with the money. Inside one bush, one far place. The money was valueless. But as at when I put the money together, I think 2014 or 2013, if I had used it then to do the same investments that I did in 2019, I would have gotten something way better and more valuable. As at that 2019, in fact, the investment would have maybe tripled. And you know how the value of land is. But you can start somewhere because as at when I bought that land, this land that I'm saying is far in bush. At least, the last time I checked, what's the value of the land now? When I heard it, I said, okay, not bad. You understand? So it always, you have to grow, use the money. Don't keep money. Me, I don't like savings again. No. I have savings. So I'm not coming in here. I have, but it's not a lot. My friends, I have a friend. He's a photographer too, like you. Oh, him is crazy. That's what I said. He's so crazy to the extent that when he wants to pay rent, he will not be calling me. I said, bro, if I can't borrow me small cash for rent. I said, all those weddings he shot, now. He said, I bought this one, I did this one, I did that one, I did that one. But it's the wisest. Trust me. We will not borrow him money to parents. He's smart. Because if you see what he has, when it comes to his properties, when it comes to his investments, he doesn't keep money. He's a magic, my dear. Tell you, I know they keep money. When I even tell him, why you could keep this kind of money? If I get this kind of money, I don't go to sleep. That was to tell me. He wants to say, I will think of what can this money do now? What can I use this money to do? What can I use this money to do? So he doesn't joke with learning, going out, spending money, buying stuff. You think people are photographers, so you know the worth of camera now. That camera that you're looking down on, now you cherish it. Because you see the value of it now. So you understand? So use your money to take your life forward, to push yourself forward. So that all of us can be organizing kind of. Sometimes I see events like AMVCA. And I'm like, can't we do all these type of things in photography? But how many stakeholders do we have? How many photographers have come together and go and rent a hotel? I'm going to do this for you. Yes, a hotel. We can't because we don't have enough stakeholders. We don't have enough photographers that are doing well in business. And the demand that is out there is bigger than the vendors available. You just don't know. When I was doing my research and I was talking to some people, in fact, we have not even reached 7% of people that are taking photos when it comes to the population of Nigeria. It's not up to 10% of people that are actively patronizing our industry. Imagine, I look at the population of our country. And in fact, the record I got was even 5%. I'm the one that just saying, let's push it to 10%. People that are, okay, I want to do something, I'm having my birthday, I'm having my baby, let me hire a photographer. It's not up to 10%. What is the remaining 90% doing? So there's a huge market. And we have to begin to see things from the place of volume too. 5 times 10 is 50. 25 times 2 is 50. 50 times 1 is 50. So stop thinking until you start charging premium before you can be successful. You can collect 5K 10 times and still collect 50,000. And the one that takes 50,000 one times. And you, because you are building volume, you can collect that 5K, collect it 20 times. And you would have made 100,000. Why the one that is collecting 50K for one outfit is still waiting to find the one person that can pay 50K. You understand what I'm saying? So you need to start thinking business. How to build business, how to build volume. When I lost my studio, I started collecting the money we collect. In fact, at the point, I used to tell my guys, I don't like this price, it's too low. But when I check my record at the end of the month and I see how much I sent, I'm like, wow. When you look at something small, you don't understand the power of volume. So we think until somebody pays you one massive money, you've not arrived. So when you hear a photographer charging 5 million, you say, this guy has fulfilled his destiny. Then the one that is charging 700, you go and check their record. You'll be sure that the one that is charging 700 is a bigger boy than the one that is charging 5 million. Because the one charging 5 million is dreaming for the next customer. Why the one that is charging 700 have shot everybody and is living the life? But if you don't understand how to build business, how to create system, how to separate your personal expenses from business expenses, how to build team, how to use people to get your result, you will just be running. And that is where you have to think of ignorance and focus on investing on education. Important, guys. Very important. Learning is not attained by chance. Next slide. It's not attained by chance. It's not a matter of, I just learned, just like that. No. You have to be intentional about it. You have to be intentional about it. So this is the final thing I'll wrap up with. Next slide. Time. I mentioned that I talked about it earlier already. So I think I've said enough. Time is a currency. I have it written here. Every morning, everybody in life starts off with the same amount of currency, 24 hours. But look at the next statement. I think it's on the slide. Go to the next slide. Next slide. At the end of the day, they all end up different because of the way they use their what? Currency during that 24 hours. What you use the time to do is what the time is. All of us wake up in the morning with the same currency, 24 hours. All of us. I got this from Miles Monroe. But at the end of the day, they all end up different. But the way we go back to bed is not usually the same. Or we wake up the same. You have the same opportunities, but we don't go back to bed the same. They all end up different because of the way they use their currency during the 24 hours. And when I was watching that session he was teaching, he taught me mostly about using your time to gain. And how do you gain? Knowledge. Seeking knowledge, books, meeting people. Don't be sitting down with the guys on your level. You guys will just be doing more of complaining. You realize that? You should think about it. That your guy wearing at the day room together. What do you do most? Is it not to complain? You will analyze the government, talk about the economy. Imagine dollar. Camera was in Keystone. Now camera is, what would that do for you? That conversation, how did it benefit your life? But that small 45 minutes that you used to use with your guy, you are on your phone, you have your earpiece on and watching something from a global leader. He's teaching you something new. Which one is more beneficial? So by the time you go back to bed, the ones that are complaining about the government, you can't even do anything about it. I don't know who voted them there, all of us. So what do you want to do about it? Why not just focus on what will benefit your life instead? Because if you start to think about life from the standpoint of time, like Tory Roberts, that's T.D. Jakes' son-in-law, taught something in his podcast about that we need to start looking at time from the place of seconds. Like, when we look at it from the place of years, it looks big. Time, I still have like 5 years. 5 years looks like far away. But when you look at it from the place of second, that, okay, what am I doing this second? The next second. The next, you cherish it more. So don't look at time in the next decade. I'll become so in the next decade. That's too far. Look at it. What can I become in the next 5 hours? What is the new person I can become in the next 5 hours? Okay, let me sit down, take these 2 hours and learn this thing. Or let me take these 2 hours, put your phone on flight mode or put it on silent, go and throw it somewhere and read this book. So you are using your time because that's the only currency you have. It never waits for anybody, so that all of us can get to a point where we can do big things together. They are there. I've written them down, but I ask myself, I can't do it alone. I need stakeholders. I need guys that have the mind I have, be able to have businesses, correct businesses. There are so many ways to make money. I know guys that are creating, they will take, if I Oyimbos, they will come to this same Nigeria, go to Olumorok, shoot Olumorok, take it to Paris and go and sell it for $10,000. And we are living here. We don't even know that there's money there. In this same Nigeria, I know guys that are taking pictures here and they are selling it online. Serious dollars. When I say I'm not talking 50, I'm talking 5K, 3K. They are selling to magazines there. Because those people, they read magazines a lot. It's a big market there. But here, we don't read magazines. So we think here, we are too local. So we think about our house. We don't know that things are going on out there that we can export. So you go to Agege Market and you shoot one woman selling tomato. And you put it on one platform or you mail it to some of these magazines. And you tell them this is how much they can license it. They can license it exclusive. They only own the image. Or they can do it where other magazines can also use the image. And they pay you $1,000 for it. They pay. Because $1,000 is big here, but it's not big there. But what I'm saying is, use your time wisely. It's powerful. It will really, really change your life. Whatever you trade your time for, you become. Whatever you trade your time for, you become. You buy life with time. To change the quality of your life, change how you spend your currency. To change the quality of your life, what inches now? To change the quality of your life, you have to change what you use your currency to do. And your greatest currency is not your money. So the people that I've met that are doing big things now, I found out that they don't usually care about money. So when they make money, they are looking for what the money can do for them. Either to invest it in something, or to go and learn something, or to use it to enter a certain room. That one is important for big people. They'll be like, I want to enter this room. What's the meaning of room? Like where the people, some kind of people are. So they will pay big money. So you see some people, they will say they are doing a conference. 1-day conference, 2 million. And you'll be like, how can somebody pay 2 million for a conference? What do they want to teach? It's not the speech that they are going there for. So the organizer of the conference knows. So if I can pay 2 million to come for the conference, and you can pay 2 million, we are not hungry. So all of us will meet there, all of us 2 million level people. So we now network. So people go there because they want to go and network. Yes, they are doing one in Doha now that my mentor went for. $10,000 in this economy. How much is $10,000? I know they said over 70-something people registered, and they are Nigerians. What did they want to grant? These people, what did they want to teach them that they've not heard before? They should do their mindset, they should have team. They know it already. But they are going there to network. Somebody is going there with his portfolio, with his pitch. Maybe he wants to launch one hotel. So he's going there to go and find people that can give him 100 million or 500 million to come and build one hotel here. You understand? That's how they grow. So that's why you find that the wealthy people keep getting more wealthier. So you now think they are privileged or they have a different luck. No, it's not about luck. It starts from here, your mindset. Taking your time seriously, then continually pouring into yourself fresh knowledge every day. Continually pouring into yourself fresh knowledge every day. And you see how your life can change. I hope you've learned something. Thank you so much.